Goodness, has a week gone by already, and here we are back again. And if things look a little different today, it's not because I'm trying something new. It's because some numbskull forgot to bring the little piano. I don't know who that would have. Oh, I came by myself, I guess. Oh, I guess maybe that numbskull was me. But anyway, here we go again. Coach Dave, Accordion Cool. Yes, 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 where we, as I say most every week, strive mightily to make the accordion cool. No polkas, no ethnic, no stereotype accordion music, just all those, well, not all of them, but a lot of the great tunes from the 20th century. And of course, that first one was one of them, a jazz standard written around 1931, and just about everybody who's anybody, and even some who are not anybody like me, even I've recorded this song. So a lot of people recorded All of Me. Why not take All of Me from 1931? Well, all right. Gonna move on to our next tune, and this song was written around 1917. And it's about one of our Midwestern states. It's called Back Home Again in Indiana. Now, I was first introduced to this song, as far as hearing it, by a person who I've mentioned just once or twice through these airways before, a fellow named Art Van Dam, who started this whole jazz accordion thing, and he had on one of his albums. Excuse me. And Art played it a little brisker than you normally hear it. And this song is played before the start. Excuse me again, my goodness. every year of the Indianapolis 500 road race. And for several years, Jim Neighbors, remember Jim Neighbors from the old Andy Griffith show? Golly, Andy, remember him? Yeah. Well, Jim Neighbors would sing this song before the start of the race. And he did it as more of a ballad, which I guess is pretty much the way it was written. And believe it or not, it is not the state song of Indiana. No, it is not, but it may be. So here it is, Back Home Again in Indiana. Back home again, and then, you know, Indiana's it's a neat little state. Been through it many times. I kind of feel like it's like a space saver between Illinois and Ohio, because it's a very skinny state. Doesn't take you long at all to get across it, but it's a nice little state. A lot of country and farmlands out there, but. You know, it's too bad I just don't have the piano here, because I was going to do a great thing on... Well, never mind. I wasn't really. All right, our next tune, 1930. What I think is one of the prettiest tunes ever written. A fellow named Hoagy Carmichael. Hoagy Carmichael was like a piano player, singer type. I think he was probably in vaudeville way back when, and... an actor. He did some acting on TV. And this song kind of hung around. You know, a lot of people recorded it. Nice little tune. Around 1960. A fellow named Ray Charles. Remember Ray Charles? Piano player, blind piano player and singer. He did this tune and it became a big hit for him. Like, you know, 30 years after it was written. Hello. I don't even think, well, I guess Hoagy was still around at that time. So... tune called, and in I think it was 1979, it became the state song of Georgia, which is probably why it's called Georgia on My Mind. Well, actually, it's probably called Georgia on My Mind first. Well, you know what I'm saying. Here we go, Little Georgia. Georgia, or Georgia, on my mind. Great, great tune. Well, this next tune, real recent for me, around 1960 it was written. It was part of that whole Brazilian Latin invasion thing that we had in the early 60s. Written by, I bet you know I'm going to say, Antonio Carlos Jobim. I love saying that, Jobim. One of the most prolific Brazilian songwriters of that era. And this is probably the most famous of the songs that he wrote, and one I'm sure everybody will recognize, and it's about that girl walking along the beach, like girl from Ipanema. So here we go. That old girl, a young girl. Well, by now, I guess I guess she was either a newspaper reporter or a TV broadcaster or something down in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. So anyway, well, you know, because I don't have the piano here, so I'm missing a few choruses that I would normally play. So I think we got just a little extra time for a bonus tune today. Hadn't planned on it, but let's see if I can think of something. Now remember, when you get your cable bill, if it says bonus song, they charge you for it. You just call right over and say there's no charge for a bonus tune. Let's do, oh, I know, let's do something. One of my favorite songs. I've done it many times. Let's do it anyway. A little Satin Doll. We'll just kind of run through it a little bit. Here we go. last song, Satin Doll, No Charge. On Me. That one's on me. All right, this next tune was written around 1959 by a saxophone player. To be honest with you, I had not heard of this man. His name is Benny Colson. Played saxophone. And this is a kind of a jazz tune. Well, it is a jazz, strictly a jazz tune. And there's only a couple of chords in the whole thing, which most people say, oh, I should make it pretty simple to play, Coach Dave. But, you know, sometimes when you just keep going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, you forget whether you're back or whether you're forth. You know what I mean? Okay. Anyway, the tune is called Killer Joe. Oh, boy, that doesn't sound good. But wait a minute, before you panic. By killer, I mean like lady killer. You know, ladies' man, Killer Joe. I guess Killer Joe was, you know, always had the, you know, the right wardrobe on, the latest fashion, and you know, was really a hit with the ladies. So here we go, Killer Joe. Killer Joe. Like I said, it's kind of as simple as it is. You have to really keep thinking when you're going back and forth. You're playing the never mind. Okay, we're getting down towards the end of our time. This tune, 1925, I think it was originally a Dixieland song. Kind of sounds that way. A fellow named Les Paul. Les Paul, great guitar player in the 40s, 30s and 40s, 50s. In fact, they even have the Les Paul guitar, which you know, is his version and model of the guitar. But he was also very good electronically, and his wife was named Mary Ford, and she was a vocalist. And Les Paul he and Mary Ford would record chorus of a song. He playing guitar and she's singing. Then he would go back and overdub her voice, and she would sing a harmony part to what she was singing. And then he would go back again and do another overdub, and she was singing a second harmony part, but a third chorus. So by the time they got through, they had Mary Ford sounding like a trio or a quartet with Les Paul backing her up. And this was one of the songs they did that on. So I don't think I'm just going to play it. I'm not less, anyway. Little tune called Bye Bye Blues. Here we go. Bye Bye Blues. All right, well, that's just about our show for today. As I say every week, bring the young'uns in. Let them hear some of this music, which they are not accustomed to hearing these days. So this is Coach Dave saying, thank y'all for watching and listening and tuning in and everything else you do to help make this show a success. And let's go home with another 3 or 4 notes of, I don't know.